The Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City, a supposed five-star haven, where my heart was shattered into a million pieces. As I sit here, reflecting on the traumatic experience, I'm reminded of the wise words my grandmother once told me. A hotel is only as good as its staff, and a staff is only as good as its management. Oh, how I wish I had heeded her warning. As I entered the grand lobby, a sense of unease settled in the pit of my stomach. The decor, once opulent, now seemed dated and tired, like a worn-out facade desperate to conceal its true nature. The staff, dressed in their finest attire, looked more like wax figures than warm, welcoming hosts. Their apathetic demeanor whispered tales of 1,000 broken promises, a chorus of disappointment that would soon become my reality. The first hurdle I faced was the check-in process, a euphemism for drawn-out torture session. 20 minutes, yes, 20, I waited in line, watching as the clock ticked away, taunting me with its cruel, slow pace. And then the piece de resistance, the 100 deposit, a non-refundable fee to cover possible damages to the room. Our useless guarantees, empty promises, and a general sense of distrust hung in the air like a malignant fog. My room, a cramped, dimly lit cubicle, reeked of stagnation and neglect. The stair-accessible abode felt like a medieval dungeon, minus the charm. Worn-out furniture, a scratched TV screen, and an unfilled shower gel dispenser, the trifecta of laziness and cost-cutting measures. Tiny, I believe, is the polite term for claustrophobic nightmare. How could a five-star hotel reduce its guests to mere sardines in a can? But the breakfast, oh, the breakfast. A 20 per person affair, which in hindsight might as well have been a charity drive for the kitchen staff. Wait 20 minutes for a table became the battle cry of my stay. As I sat, famished and forlorn, I couldn't help but wonder. Are they intentionally trying to starve us into submission? The food, a sorry excuse for culinary art, tasted more like a cruel experiment in gastronomic torture than a satisfying meal. And then the service, or should I say, the utter lack thereof. Rude, inattentive and dismissive, the staff seemed to take great pleasure in watching me squirm. Force majeure, they claimed, as they refused to refund my money or accommodate my request for a date change. Did they not comprehend the fundamental concept of respecting their customers' time and resources? As I lay in bed, unable to shake off the feeling of being trapped in a never-ending nightmare, the unwanted wake-up calls began. 2 a.m. to be exact. The phone, an incessant reminder of the hotel's incompetence, pierced the silence like a jagged knife. I felt like a prisoner, held hostage by the hotel's ineptitude. And don't even get me started on the credit card information protocol. It's as if they're begging to be hacked, leaving their guests' sensitive data dangling like ripe fruit on a tree. Pushing guests to give details on an unsecured email is not a protocol, it's a recipe for disaster. As I reflect on my Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City experience, I'm reminded of the wise words. You get what you pay for.
Okay, so I was looking into things around Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City, you know? Just seeing what happens there. It's not good, honestly. Businesses around there, they're kinda tricky. Like a lot of the shops, especially in Youll, near where the Crowne Plaza is, they got caught up in this huge money laundering thing. Apparently, they were using the card machines to move like billions of lira, 47 billion. Can you believe that? It's all fake invoices and money from other countries. 48 people got arrested, but I bet some of them still found ways around it, you know. The people who got their cards used probably had to fight with the banks for ages to get their money back. It's just exhausting. Then there are the restaurants. Oh God, the restaurants. Near Crowne Plaza, they do this thing where they bring you food you didn't order, all fancy with flames and stuff, and then they charge you an insane amount. Like they insist you try this Turkish specialty. Seriously? Who does that? I bet the tourists are just shocked. They feel pressured to pay because, well, what else are you gonna do? They probably leave feeling completely ripped off and maybe even a little scared. And those restaurant owners, they probably just keep doing it, counting their money and laughing. And the carpet shops, oh, the carpet shops near Sultanahmet, which isn't too far from Crowne Plaza. They're the worst. They invite you in for tea, act all friendly, and then just one tea let you leave without buying something overpriced. They guilt trip you, you know? It's family run, they say, like that makes it okay to be pushy. I bet a lot of tourists end up buying carpets they don't even want, just to escape. And those shop owners, they probably just move on to the next tourist, the next victim, right? It's not just the big things, either. Even buying a simit, that little sesame bread, can be a scam near the old streets of Fatih, close to Crowne Plaza. They pretend to fall, make a scene, and then try to sell you the simit for more or ask for donations. Like, come on, people are just trying to be nice and they take advantage of that. The tourists probably just give them money to make it stop, but it's still awful. And then there's the shoe shining. Near the Grand Bazaar, which you can get to from Crowne Plaza pretty easily, they accidentally drop their brush and offer a free shine, then demand a fortune. It's just obvious. So obvious. I bet the tourists argue, maybe even call the police, but it's still a horrible experience. They probably spend the rest of their trip feeling anxious and suspicious of everyone. It's just depressing, honestly. The dark truth about businesses near Crowne Plaza Istanbul, Old City businesses near Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City are, frankly, a minefield of disappointment. Some are outright scams, others are just tragically bad at what they do. If you were hoping for charming local spots with warm hospitality, think again. Instead, prepare for overpriced mediocrity, questionable hygiene, and service that makes you wonder if they train their staff to be rude on purpose. Take hotels, for example. The ones near Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City seem to operate under the philosophy that cleanliness is optional. Hotel Kiwi, more like Hotel Please Don't. Guests describe rooms that smell like old cigarettes, sheets with mysterious yellow stains, and bathrooms that look like they've never seen a bottle of bleach. One reviewer found rudge stains on towels, because nothing says luxury stay like someone else's makeup smeared on your face cloth. Another guest was kicked out early because the hotel allegedly resold their room while they were still in it. Imagine packing your bags at 10 a.m. while the staff knocks impatiently, saying, "Hey, we need this room, someone else paid for it." If this is how hotels treat guests, maybe sleeping on a park bench is the upgrade. Then there's the food scene. The Indian restaurants near Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City appear to be in a competition for who can serve the most depressing meal. Bombay Masala, more like Bombay misery. Guests complain of biryani with no chicken, just two sad potatoes hiding in a pile of rice like they're playing hide-and-seek. One couple described their food as so spicy it felt like a chemical attack, while others pointed out that the coal batcher was so oily it could lubricate a car engine. And if you dare ask for water, good luck. One family was denied glasses because they had the audacity to bring their own bottle. Apparently, hydration is a privilege here, not a right. Lotus Restaurant Cafe doesn't fare much better. The place has the energy of a cafeteria that gave up years ago. Meals arrive wrong, prawns taste like rubber, and the staff have mastered the art of ignoring customers. One diner watched as a waiter hosed down the street right in front of the restaurant, forcing pedestrians to wade through puddles like it was some kind of sad urban obstacle course. The real tragedy? You'll pay premium prices for the pleasure of this circus. Now bars, oh the bars. Finn is less a cocktail spot and more a masterclass in how not to run a business. Bartenders serve watered-down drinks with the enthusiasm of someone forced to work at gunpoint. Wait times stretch to 45 minutes for 3 drinks, and when they finally arrive, they're wrong. The cherry on top. Staff accidentally overcharging customers, then suddenly forgetting basic math when called out. One guest described handing over 3 bills, only for the server to insist they only gave 1. At this point, bringing your own calculator might be wise. So, what's the verdict? Businesses near Crowne Plaza Istanbul Old City seem to fall into 2 categories: the ones that don't care and the ones actively trying to fleece you. The pattern is clear: poor hygiene, apathetic service, and prices that make you laugh just to stop yourself from crying. If you must stay here, do your research. Read recent reviews. Bring hand sanitizer, and maybe pack a lunch.